Good morning, planner friends. I hope that you're having a fabulous day. I am having a pretty decent day myself. I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you something that I've been working on and creating. This book, it's going to kind of be like my new planning system, like across the board for like everything, my health, my home, content planning, everything, all inclusive. It is in this little plastic binder. This was the only binder that I could find on hand. It's fine. It works for now. Maybe one day I'll change things up and get me a fancy, nicer binder. But for right now, this works just fine. And so this is what I'm going to be using. I created a long time ago when I first started the Fly Lady system, using the Fly Lady cleaning system. I created what's called a home manual, like a kind of like a home maintenance binder. And this is a little bit similar to that, although not quite the exact same, but a little similar. But anyway, let's dig into this binder and let me show you my dogs. They're in here with me. They're always with me. So first thing I did was trying to finish out the rest of this year. I created a planner section and I printed off. I had these kind of designs set up. I did use ChatGPT to create a lot of this stuff, full disclosure, but I printed off the monthly calendar for the rest of this month, and then of course all of 2027. So I already added in my work days, ball games, and a doctor's appointment. I haven't filled in my goals yet for September. I will get to those. And then I have October, November, and December. Now when I printed 2027, I did two-sided printing. I'm not sure what I did when I set that printer up, but it printed my backside upside down. And at first I was going to have a little bit of a meltdown over this. And then I decided that it's not worth the ink nor the paper to reprint everything. It's as easy, honestly, as popping open the rings, flipping the paper upside down, and then February will be just fine. But anyway, I have the dated monthly pages for 2027. They each have a little goal section and a little note section, and I did have them all set up to where each month is kind of themed for the month. I like that. And then my next section in my book is just a couple of pages of blank paper. This is great for jotting down ideas, notes, anything I want to come back and reference to. Then I have my health section. And when I got my certification from ISSA several years ago. My son and I did the ISSA personal trainer program together, and it's kind of one of those things. I've never really done anything with it, but because I invested the money and the time to complete the program and get the certification, every since that, I have always, every 2 years, you have to have more CEUs and more training to keep the certification current. So I've always, every 2 years, I've taken courses and kept my certification up. 1 year, I took the group fitness, and I had to create a group fitness program. I got so much positive feedback from my instructor who graded my program that I created. And I've always in the back of my head wanted to do something with it. So I actually have taken that now and created a program that I'm going to use for myself. It's a 6-month program, strength and wellness program, but these are the workouts that I created: Bye Bye Bingo Arms, 6x6 Glute Torch, 8x8 Summer Shoulders. So anyway, I created this program, and from that course that I took many years ago, I created a 6-month kind of a fitness and mindset transformation. And here's my little workbook I made to go with it. So each month I'll have goals and intentions. Then it goes into a planner for priorities, a schedule, and a weekly reflection for all of the weeks. Then I created little daily habit trackers, things that I want to track, workouts, meeting your protein goals, water goals, step goals, mindset, and sleep, and then a space for notes. This is not just a physical program, but a mental, because mind and body, they go hand in hand. So there's like CBT, mindset work to work through on here, daily reflection and gratitude. And then I added some 30-day challenges, a 30-day step challenge, a 30-day strength challenge, 30-day consistency challenge. I'm going to show you all the 30-day challenges. A 30-day mindset, 30-day nutrition challenge, 30-day discipline, and then 3-month reflection, and then 6-month reflection. And then here is just kind of like a little workout calendar to track every day. What workout did I do? This is based on the schedule: strength, lower body; cardio, strength, upper body; mobility and yoga, full body; fun or light activity; and then an active rest and self-care day. So this is just a little tracker for what workout did I do, my energy level, and a little space for notes. Then my next section is going to kind of be like my content planning. And this is kind of like my core strategy, my weekly content outline, the platforms that I use, like YouTube, my blog, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, and then just kind of like some content ideas. I have a little monthly planner for planning out all the content for the month, ideas, platforms, and then you'll break that down into like more of a weekly, days of the week, what types of content ideas. And then this right here is just kind of a little 90-day reel ideas, just some ideas and things to post, 90 days worth. My next section is my resets, and I have been really loving doing these resets this year. Right now I'm currently finishing out the rest of this year. I'm doing the 5 to Thrive, and this is just where I'm spending the last 5 months of the year working on 5 main pillars, which is mental wellness, physical wellness, my home, financial wellness, and personal growth. And so each month we have a different theme for the month. Like August has been restore. September is strength. And these are just like my main pages that I'm keeping for reference. I'm obviously printing off one that I'm writing on, that I'm filling out. But these are kind of, I guess my templates, my references, anyway, these are like my main ones for reference. I don't think I can say reference another time. I'm not sure how I can get that word in there just one more time. But anyway, September is strength. Is the theme of the month. October is simplify. November is gratitude and generosity. And December is finish with peace. Now, in September, even though I'm still going to be working on this 5 to Thrive, I'm going to do a little fall reset beginning in fall, and it's just going to be a little more, kind of a little more personal, a little more internalized. Self-care, families and routines. And the home reset is just focusing on things like replace the HVAC filter, wash the blankets and bedding, just put out the seasonal decor, things that aren't really addressed in the 5 to Thrive. So this is kind of a little fall reset, getting my home ready for fall and for the holidays. So I'll be doing this in September. This is my 90-day summer lock-in, and I started this in June. So actually, I'm kind of rounding this out, finishing this up as I'm going into the 5 to Thrive. And this was like a little 90-day summer challenge. I loved it. This is one page, just kind of is like a little overview of it. And then I have the whole 90-day lock-in printed off. A 90-day soft discipline reset. Just kind of like making a commitment. Your 3 pillars of transformation are physical health, mindset, and mental health, and your environment. So you're just focusing on 3 main things: your home, your health, and your heart, your mind. And it just kind of breaks down how the program works. An hour a day for each pillar, like an hour to your physical health, an hour to your environment and home, and an hour to your mindset. 90 days. And then this is just kind of like a little example. An hour of working out, nutrition, hydration, mobility. An hour spent journaling, reading, meditating. And then an hour spent in your home, cleaning, decluttering, planning, organizing, and going through your systems and routines. And then there's like a little daily tracker. Today I showed up for, and you just track off if you completed an hour in each of these. Water tracker and mood tracker. And today I'm proud of. And this is just like a little motivation right here. You can have results or excuses, but not both. And then at the end of each week, you have like a little weekly reflection, wins for the week, areas to improve, and a little gratitude. And then here's like just another little motivation. 90 days from now, you will thank yourself for not giving up today. And then this was a daily planner page that I actually created to go with the 90-day lock-in. It says right here, 90-day lock-in. It's undated. Mood, you track your mood. A quote, track your exercise, your steps for the day, water, meals, gratitude, a section for notes, some pre-planning for the next day, your home task with the little check boxes, your mindset check boxes, read, study, meditation, reflective journaling, your priorities, and then like a little schedule. You can jot down the time and, if you have things planned, work, appointments, whatever. So I created that. My next section, in 2020 during the lockdowns, I actually, because we were all bored, we couldn't, everything was closed, we couldn't get out, we couldn't go anywhere, we couldn't do anything. So I got certified as a Zumba instructor because it was something that years ago I wanted to do. I used to go to Zumba classes all the time. And I felt like that was, as good a time as any. To this day, it's 2026 now, so it's been 6 years, and I've never once taught a Zumba class. So I created a study plan for 12 weeks to go back and review all the course material, learning all the basic steps, practicing choreography, practicing cueing. And my goal for this is at the end of 12 weeks, I want to have myself ready to teach my very first, my own Zumba class. So I created a 12-week plan to work on that. And so that's what this is. And then the next section is my 90-day home reset. Now, I did this, I started it, I think, actually back in February. I did my very first one, 90-day reset. I loved it so much that I printed this off and I said every 90 days, so which is every 3 months, I'm just repeating the whole program, the whole reset, because it was incredible and a great way to stay on top of all the home decluttering, cleaning, all that stuff. So basically, it's broken down so that 3 days a week, you spend 30 minutes to an hour on a focus day, and that's where you declutter and organize. 1 day a week, you spend an hour to an hour and a half having a deep clean day. 1 day a week, you have a reset day where you just do a little light tidying and planning. It's your planning day where you set up for the next week. And then 2 rest and maintenance days. Then you have your little decluttering rules, you know, your 4-box method: box to keep, box to donate, a box for trash, and a box to relocate. And then you incorporate some habit stacking, little 10-minute resets. After dinner, tidy surfaces. Before bed, reset one small area, which for me is usually the living room. After laundry, you put the laundry away. So it's broken into different phases. And here is where I kind of printed this off. So this kind of tells you again, it breaks down how to use it. Daily, 1 focused task plus a 10-minute evening reset. Declutter method, that's your boxes. Declutter rhythm, declutter, organize, deep clean. So basically, this is the steps that you'll do. Keep, donate, trash, relocate. Finish by moving donations toward the door. Declutter. Then you're going to organize. Once you get the clutter away, you organize what's left. Then you deep clean, maintain, and you keep that Sunday reset. Do not double your workload if you miss a day, and continue with the next day. So here's your, your 10-minute daily reset. Clear the main surfaces. Return stray items to their home. Reset one high traffic area. And prep one thing that will make tomorrow easier. That could be packing lunches and putting them in the refrigerator, packing your work bag, gym bag. So each phase is, it's broken down into 3 phases, 3 months. So the first week, you're going to work on your living room and your entryway. And each day it has a focus area, like your entryway, your living room surfaces, clutter, deep clean, creating a landing zone. Then the next week, you're going to go into the kitchen. And the kitchen is actually broken down into week 2 and week 3 because we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. But doing that actually makes the process easier, more manageable, and it's so much easier. Like the second time, when I completed this the first time and I went back through and started my next 90 days, the kitchen was so much easier to manage because the more you do it, the more it's going to stay done and manageable. So, clear the counters, purge the pantry, organize the pantry, clean out the fridge, freezer, cabinets, cookware, junk drawer under the sink. So you do all the things. This is not entirely unlike Fly Lady's system, but it's just kind of broken down where you're doing one task a day, focusing on the whole room. And we spent 2 weeks in the kitchen, and that was fine. Week 4 is your bathroom. Week 5 is the bedroom. Week 6 is closet. Now, when I spent my first week 6, I have a coat closet, a kind of a storage closet in my kitchen area. I have my bedroom closet, and then I have a closet in my office. So that's 4. I literally spent the whole week working in those 4 closets. And then when I came back through to my second reset, I didn't even have to really touch my bedroom closet because I had purged a lot of clothes. I took a lot of stuff out of my closet that didn't belong there. And I am now on my 3rd home reset this year, my 3rd going through it for 90 days. And my coat closet, don't even have to touch it. There's nothing for me to do in there. It is already, I just vacuumed the floor. That was all I had to do in there. So I love this. Then we focus on laundry, paper trail. This is the one that always gets me though. I'm on my 3rd reset, and this one is still out of control. I don't understand with so much digital, mail we get now. I don't get credit card statements in the mail. I don't even get my utilities billed in the mail anymore, but I still manage to get so much mail and paper junk in the house. Then week 9, storage, which is like my storage closet and my garage. Week 10, we work on sentimental items. That can be like boxes of photos, just anything that you've been holding on to, baby keepsakes, whatever. And then week 11, we just work on creating a home that's easy to maintain, easy to manage. And obviously, days 85 through 90, keep the reset, turn it into a rhythm. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just repeating this same reset over and over, and I love it. And here's like your little home maintenance rhythm, like daily 10 minutes, your weekly an hour, 30 to 60 minutes, and then your monthly, you'll choose 2 to 3 of these to keep the home maintained. And then the final section is my 5-year plan, which is, every year we create a vision board. Mine is going to be more like a vision book that I've started this year, and I'm going to add to it for my 5-year plan. Like foundations, my health, my home. I have 6 grandchildren, my legacy, what is my calling in life, adventures, my 5-year journey. So this is like what I'm working on to build my 5-year plan, which is kind of my 5-year plan plus a vision board equals kind of something like this, a book that I'm building piece by piece for my 5-year plan. So that is the steps to working on that and what I'm trying to build into my 5-year book. Anyway, I know this was a lot, and much apologies if this was way too long-winded, but I had a lot I wanted to share. I'm excited about, for one, my 6-month fitness program that I'm doing. I'm excited about my little resets, my 90-day summer lock-in reset, my 5 to Thrive reset. I'm excited about starting to work on getting myself ready for teaching my very first Zumba class. And I'm especially excited to share about my 90-day home reset. So if you've made it to the end of this video, as always, thank you so, so much. It truly means the world to me when you take time out of your day to watch my videos. And I hope that you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye.